Some 450 children are among the victims of more than a month of Israeli aggression against the besieged Gaza Strip. The overall Palestinian death toll now stands at 1,915, most of them civilians, including women and the elderly. Gaza emergency services say 9 more people, including a child, have been killed in fresh Israeli raids on the coastal strip. The Palestinian Interior Ministry says Israeli forces carried out 50 airstrikes, destroying 3 more mosques on Saturday. The al-Maghazi refugee camp in central Gaza, the southern towns of Deir, el-Balah, Rafah, Gaza City's Shejaiya neighborhood, and the town of Jabaliya were the latest targets of the Israeli attacks. Earlier, 5 civilians were injured in the shelling of a village in northern Gaza. More than 9,800 Gazans have also been wounded in the Israeli aerial and ground attacks since July 8th. Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki says his government is keen to bring Israel before the International Court of Justice for its brutal aggression on Gaza. Maliki says there's enough ground for the UN court in The Hague to launch an official probe into the Israeli war crimes. He was speaking to reporters during his visit to Colombia. The Palestinians had made a plea to the International Criminal Court to investigate alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity committed by Israel during its Gaza offensive back in 2008 and 2009. But so far, there's been no probe as Palestine is not an ICC member state. Palestinians obtained a non-member observer status at the UN in 2012, opening the door for an ICC investigation. Let's get a first-hand account of the situation on the ground from our correspondent Akram Satari. Akram, over to you. Tell us, what is the situation like now as we speak?
Well, the Israeli occupation forces are still targeting different places in the Gaza Strip, including homes, mosques, and open areas and agricultural areas. In the latest few hours, Israeli occupation forces targeted at least 4 homes, and in the latest few moments, they targeted a mosque in the Gaza middle zone, reducing the mosque itself to rubble and causing widespread destruction among the surrounding house. In the Gaza middle zone is all refugee camps, and you can imagine how clogged the houses are in the refugee camp. Now they targeted a mosque into the refugee camp in the middle zone, causing the mosque to be reduced to rubble and causing widespread destruction among the other houses surrounding the mosque, making the total number of mosques that were reduced to rubble ever since the start of this aggression against Gaza, 57 mosques, and the mosques that were partially destroyed, 160 mosques.
And of course, to tell us more about the ceasefire, what is the likelihood of another ceasefire?
Well, we have been hearing some news from Cairo that the Palestinian delegation is optimistic about reaching a ceasefire by tomorrow afternoon, not later than 11 in the afternoon. We are hearing about meetings between the Minister of Intelligence, Egyptian Minister of Intelligence, and the representatives of the Palestinian delegation, including Hamas, Fatah, Islamic Jihad, the Palestinian Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and also the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Palestinians have been talking one voice, have been standing firm into their ground, saying they will never compromise the right of Palestinians to live a dignified life. And it looks like their policy and strategy pays off, as they are talking now about a possible breakthrough tomorrow, not later than 11 in the afternoon, after an Israeli delegation reached Cairo and after some further discussions would be held with the intelligence minister of Egypt. And so we are waiting. Some positive atmosphere is here in the Gaza, some positive tonality is here also in the Gaza. Some Hamas people are talking about a possible breakthrough, so we'll wait till tomorrow in the afternoon. But for the time being, it looks like the atmosphere is all positive about the possibility of reaching a ceasefire by tomorrow.
All right, Press Akram Satari reporting from Gaza. Thanks, Akram.